Welcome to the High School iPad Initiative. This program is continuing to provide access to iPads to students at 3 Prince George's County public high schools that had students who had access to technology in middle schools. Let's see the impact technology and iPads have had on Northwestern, High Point, and Bladensburg high school students, teachers, and administrators.
So the best way having the technology has helped me become less dependent on paper is for assessments or quizzes. For instance, up in the last 2 weeks we've been getting ready for the AP US government exam, and every day we hit on a different unit or a different topic. Every day we took a review quiz. We did it all online using Google Forms. It makes it really easy to copy and paste questions. I submit it through Edmodo. The kids take it. They submit their answers. I get their answers immediately, and I use a script called Flubaroo, which automatically grades it. I can email them the scores with or without the answer key, and I get back data that tells me which questions they struggled with, which questions they blew out of the water, and the next day I can go back and kind of reteach those things. I don't have to, spend time grading papers. I don't have to spend time passing papers out. If a kid is absent, a student is absent, I can have them take it at home. So that has been the most fun for me.
We mostly use the iPad is for Edmodo. So we mostly do our work in Edmodo, which Mr. Schumann mostly put their work in there. So that's how we keep up the work that we miss. And if we miss something, we just go in Edmodo and just check it out.
Well, technology has impacted the teaching as well as teachers, especially the instructional strategies. In the ever-changing world of technology, one piece of technology might be the cutting edge one moment, but in a few days it might be something totally different. What I like about technology is it keeps teachers professionally growing, keeps them up to date on some specific strategies, and it's the capability of sharing best practices. The one piece of technology that's been very helpful that I've seen a lot of teachers as well as students get involved in is the Edmodo. It's a great way of sharing ideas, sharing tests, sharing quizzes, sharing assignments to the mass population in one click or 2 clicks of a button, especially. And it's also a great way of students being able to share pieces of work, assessments, and hopefully get feedback right away on what teachers and students know. But what I have seen is the excitement of students coming to class, having procedures in place where they go directly and getting their piece of technology, them sitting down and getting engaged in the lesson right away.
I do look forward to using the iPads in my classroom because it's a great help. Because sometimes there's some things we do in class, researching, and when they give us words to research, it's not really easy to find them on the dictionary because I speak a different language, so I have to start translate it on the iPad to find what it means.
I have seen an improvement of students submitting classwork and homework in terms of with the use of technology. I think that they're more engaged and it's less likely to get lost. I think one of our students' downfalls is organization. And because technology is in a central location, regardless of where the student is, there's less likely that things get lost, misplaced, and it also takes away excuses for students. Like, you never gave it to me, or I gave it to you, honestly, you obviously lost it. And things of that nature. It holds me responsible and accountable, and it holds students responsible and accountable.
Technology is implemented in the classroom. It provides more opportunities than what you would have without the technology. So you have applications like Edmodo, Google Drive, that pretty much make everything streamlined, make it easier. And in terms of lesson planning, my classroom more or less now is paperless. So the majority of my students are using Google Drive for almost everything. So their classwork, they're using Edmodo for their homework. So very rarely are they turning in actual paper. So because we're online, because we're using Google Drive, because we're using Edmodo and these different options, I'm able to provide them with more resources than what I would use ordinarily. In terms of professional development, technology has absolutely strengthened what I'm able to do as well as what I'm able to do with my sort of peer teachers.
In regards to lesson planning as well as delivery, having use of the iPads with technology within the class setting, I deal with a population of students with disabilities with the IEP, smaller class setting, and it decreases the amount of paper that's used in the classroom. So the kids, when I can put assignments or tests on the iPads, they shoot through it, and to them it takes that fear away of actually test taking or the fear of an assignment, because they are so into technology that it becomes more fun to them and they stay on task more and they become more involved in their lessons.
Well, it's a good thing I had it in 8th grade because now I know how to use it. I was able to help my teacher in giving her some applications to use during class, and it's cool. Some of my favorite applications are Educreations and Keynote and Show Me. Those are the ones we use to show our work, and that's how we turn in our work.
So right now we're in our AP biology class, and they're currently working on some projects infusing year-long concepts, and they've been doing research on it. So they've been able to incorporate some technology, doing research, and then their final project is either going to be a movie or just a video of themselves explaining with posters in the background. They have some flexibility in how they want to present their information. Technology, I think the biggest way that it's changed my lesson planning and implementation of lessons has been through the diversity in ways that students can access information. So I can still have a conversation with an individual student who needs a lot of help, but at the same time I can have other students doing research or picking up pictures or looking at videos online. So just the diverse ways that students can access information has really increased. So the differentiation for students has been maximized, and it's been exciting.
Students are coming to class, they're enjoying the technology, and they're not bored anymore. The whole transition of flipping the classroom is now coming to light. Students have the opportunity to use what they know best, and that is technology. They are the technology natives. They're taking ownership of the technology. They're also suggesting apps for the teachers to use, just by them searching iTunes or searching the web for apps to use.
It has gone from when we are doing our informal walkthroughs, we're able to use the iPads that we have to capture informal observations instantaneously. We can take pictures right there of artifacts that are going on in the classroom. We can come back and have that dialogue immediately. We can send feedback to teachers immediately with that technology. But also, I would like to say, when we look at the informals, we can now look at the use of technology in a different manner. So once upon a time, if a teacher was using an LCD projector with a PowerPoint, you would check that off as use of technology. But now we realize that that's barely scraping the surface. Use of technology is really when we see the students interacting, the teachers interacting, and it's a partnership built. So for administrators, we're able to give that feedback to teachers that maybe need assistance with that incorporation of technology. And also, when we see it being integrated on a high level, actually tapping them to move them to assist those novice teachers as well.
iPad initiative and the use of technology is providing students the tools to move into the 21st century and beyond, preparing students to solve the challenges of the global society while becoming responsible digital citizens. Moving into its second year, administrators and teachers will be able to continue to facilitate high-quality instruction to students delivered through cutting-edge instructional technology.